Guys, listen to me. This is very important. Coronavirus is back. The government doesn't want to tell you this, and Mina, I just heard from a friend of mine who works at the hospital. He's a doctor, and then he told me that coronavirus is back, and there's basically this thing that's happening now. People don't want to wear masks. Please wear masks when you are in public. Wear masks when you are wherever you are going, so that you stay safe. This is how fake news starts. You understand? This is fake news. Hello everybody, this is your favorite or soon to be favorite struggling YouTuber. Welcome to this channel if you're new, and yeah, let's get going. Today is Wednesday, and I know I haven't uploaded any videos since the last one I did with Mo, and there's a reason for that. It was like a strategic move. Let's take it like that. But yeah, man, I've been good. I came back with a fresh cut, and yeah, it's gonna be interesting going forward, I hope. So what's going on? World Cup, Springboks, they won the Rugby World Cup. I watched a few games, and before that, you remember I said no, I didn't really understand rugby. After the World Cup, I realized I really don't understand rugby. But it was a nice game. I watched it. I went somewhere to watch it, and before that, we had the braai. I went to a park, and then we had the braai, and that's why I'm not wearing my uniform today, because the work suit it smells of that like braai, you know, 6 gun spice. Yeah, so it's all over the thing. But yeah, I'll get it washed, I'll get it cleaned, and yeah, man, to keep you updated, I play soccer now. Okay, I've always played soccer, but then recently we're playing, there's a league, we're playing in a league, and it's going well. You know, like, take this as a segment or another segment of the law rapes, and this time it rapes in a complicated manner, you know. So it's like this. I'm using this platform to share whatever I share. Whatever I share, like I can do and say whatever I want, but then yeah, well, within like certain, you know, like I can't cross certain boundaries and all that. It's fine. Okay, am I allowed or am I permitted to use my platform or my social media accounts to spread false information? No, I can't do that. You understand? You can be arrested. If you remember, back in 2020, 55-year-old man, he was arrested. Was arrested for what? Yo, what a nice overtake, but it took long. Sorry, like, you guys can see the side, you only see at the back. But yeah, there was just an overtake that took place just there. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, the 55-year-old man, he basically started spreading false information, and then his video like went viral. So what he was saying was that the health department would be sending like people who would go door to door, like testing out if you've got COVID or not. You remember that story? So he said something along the lines of, I'm just paraphrasing here, that they would use swabs. So he had like something that looked like an earbud, and then he said they're gonna stick that thing into your mouth, and then also stick it into your nose, and basically they would be infecting you or drawing blood, something along those lines. Yeah, it scared the living hell out of people. And he went on to, like, further on to say no, 5G, they'll use 5G masks, network masks to whatever, spread or kill people, will be microchipped, so they monitor our movements. Like, they don't need that. They've got Siri, they've got Google Maps. We're always being tracked, so they don't need something like that microchip. But then, yeah, it scared the living hell out of people, man. Like, and we were not even using our heads. Like, how does a mast kill a person? Like, wouldn't they have killed us a long time ago when they were erected if they wanted to use 5G? I remember I was at home and my grandmother even knew like this 5G thing. So there's a day a plane went by. I didn't even see it. You know, like when you hear a sound like there's an aeroplane passing by, and and she was like, yo, yes, Ramaphosa, they're spreading the coronavirus. So this guy, let me go back a little before I get it. He started spreading those rumors, and then he went like viral. Understand? Now the DA in the Western Cape, because this guy is from Paro, I think, they opened a case against him, and then he was subsequently arrested. I think the arrest that time, they were saying that you could be arrested for up to 6 months if you spread false information, because you remember we're in a state of emergency or state of disaster or whatever. So now that is false information that he did. Does it matter if it's during a crisis, or as long as you are spreading false information, you can be charged, and you can be like, you can end up in jail. You could end up in jail, like for just spreading false information. Or here's where I'm going, for just portraying yourself as someone. Because if now I say I'm a policeman and I stop people at night, you understand? Or let me not say policeman, I'm a law enforcer, I'm a metro cop. I say I'm a metro cop, you can ask me anything. I have a gun, I have this and that. I wear a uniform, I wear a cap, I wear those khaki pants or blue pants or whatever. What are the consequences for me? Even though I'm using my channel, I understand, yeah, I can use swearing words, but now we're talking about something that affects the people outside of this platform. Like, what about them, and what will happen to me? So look, for instance, we've seen something like this happening. I wanted to say something, but before that, there's a certain politician who once said there would be a grid collapse in 2 weeks. I saw people like panicking, buying stuff and whatever, but no consequences for him. So is that really the way forward, like for us as South Africans, that you can just basically say anything just because you are a social media or whatever, and then now all of a sudden you can't, there's no consequences that will happen to you. You don't see any prosecution, no charges laid or whatever, the case doesn't go anywhere. Understand? So these people are basically leading by example. Now there'll be fake news everywhere. Where's the grid collapse? We're still waiting. Grid collapse. He said they promised us 2 weeks. 2 weeks, grid collapse. But yeah, anyway, let me come back to this story. Né? If you are portraying yourself, you are basically, that is fake news. You are spreading false information. And if you are acting to be like a doctor, I feel like that's one of the worst crimes. Because look, doctors go to school for many years for a reason. They're smart, they love what they do, and they get paid well for that. Understand? Now here's a guy. He calls himself a doctor. He's been saying that he went to study at various institutions and whatever. And basically all of us were saying, no, we are not that stupid. He used to go to the hospital to shoot content. I understand it's a public area, But now, after he was arrested, his lawyer says there's no case. He always goes to the hospital to go. Hey, man, South Africa was taken for a ride to go and receive his medication. Like, so he receives it like on a weekly basis or every day. I don't follow this guy. I don't really know much. I started hearing about him when now this whole thing started like catching traction. So the charges were dropped just like that. Just like that. This guy was caught in the hospital. He tried to run. No charges. Just because, no, it was all for content. It was all for content. Hey, man, I apply knowledge. But anyways, that's all I had to say today. That it doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't make sense. If I was giving financial advice, yeah, there's a lady on YouTube, Nicolette Mashile. Whenever she starts a video, she always says this does not count as financial advice. Do you know why? Because if she was to give people financial advice without being like qualified to do so, she would get serious calls. Maybe a channel would be taken down. But then there's a clown here who's been reading comments and then giving people prescriptions. Like, you know, I have friends who are dentists, and I would ask them stuff like, okay, what's happening when it's like this? And they would be like, okay, it's probably this, but I'm not allowed to give you a prescription. Go and see someone. You understand? Because even if you're qualified, they are like, you know, you need to follow certain protocols before you can do some stuff. So how does this guy get out of jail just like that? And you know, like the law rapes, like everyone needs representation. If now I'm shooting a video and then somebody does something and then I get out, road rage, kill him, someone will still represent me. But like we all saw, like, okay, there was no need. There was no need. But yeah, man, it's the South Africa we live in. It's how the judiciary system or whatever is. So yeah, what can we say? What can we say, man? I apply knowledge. Just be safe out there when you're sharing stuff, when you're sharing content. No, like that one day it may be used against you. But yeah, that's all for today. And to the next one. Peace.